Hey Pisces starseeds, it's Sweet Spirit Mystic. Guess who's home? All right, let's see what the messages are. Okay, a lot has been going on. I can't even tell you what's happening astrologically. So let's just get into what the tarot has to say. And we'll connect some dots that way. All right, thank you for your patience. I know the readings were few and far between, but I feel like it gives us time to apply the messages. It's so easy to constantly listen, but it's about the application of how we become a better person for ourselves, learning about ourselves. Okay, we have the Page of Swords here. So this is curiosity. This is, what's going on here? What do I do? Swords are about the way we think. The Two of Pentacles, I love in this deck, it's referred to as experimenting. So what works for you? What doesn't? Maybe something that worked for you for a while doesn't anymore. Maybe it's time to revisit something that you thought, oh no. Then you're like, actually, maybe now's the right time. Change. Ooh, let me show you these. 1 second. Oh, okay, there we go. Let me show you these first. Ooh, there is a Queen of Pentacles that's watching you, Pisces. The way it fell is this Queen of Pentacles pile fell on top of this Page of Swords. This Queen of Pentacles energy let's do a little pendulum-ing. Positive energy. That's a no. It's going counterclockwise. So this Queen of Pentacles energy, which popped up in the last reading. Ooh, what is Pisces up to? How can I get in there and muck things up? Throw a monkey wrench in the gears. Make Pisces doubt. Okay, so that is an energy that we will always have to battle with. Where that comes from, who knows? The light and the shadow, they're always there, okay? So let me check on something. Hold on. Okay, there's incense also burning in this other area, and it was popping. So light your incense, light your candles, and it's simple. Okay. I'm not talking about high dollar anything. 2 different incense are making popping sounds. So I'm taking that as it's consuming some kind of dark energy. And again, it's always present. There was always night. Some places very brief, but there's always night. Okay? So it's not being afraid of this energy. It's just knowing that it's always trying to tap you on the shoulder, getting you to mess up your own life, basically. So watch your thoughts. Page of Swords. Energy can attack us through our thought patterns, causing us to go down some kind of rabbit hole. And that's where you're like, ooh, I know that thought pattern really well. I'm not going there. And that's where you do the opposite. It's that pendulum swing. Okay, if it's swinging in one direction, right? We have to swing it in the other direction. And then eventually it'll get to that stasis point. But it's constant. You know, change is a constant. So what I wanted to show you are these. These are die, plural for dice, and they're carved out of yak bone, And you find these in Buddhist temples. And what the monks will do is it's a divining tool. Okay, I wasn't asking any question. But in numerology, in the Buddhist sense, they look for odd numbers. Each number has a meaning, but if you add them up in a total, odd numbers are seen as auspicious or lucky or beneficial. Because what it does is it recognizes that the world changes, that everything changes. When numbers are even, that means that there's a stasis, a stuckness, which means you're no longer ascending, no longer evolving, no longer enlightening. You're stuck. Okay, and what those numbers will do will tell you, okay, this is where you need to work on something. Generally, you have a question that you ask. So if I look at this, we have a 5, a 4, and a 2. So 5 and 6 together. So that's 11. Odd number. Highly auspicious because it's a double. So let's just look and get, let's see. Here we go, odd numbers. All right, let me go back. So I was doing a deep dive the other day. 11. Okay, number 11. Direct realization. Higher insight. Tantric intuition. Its use is in esoteric initiations. Those are very, very deep energetic topics that I will not get into this here because it is so deep, but feel free to look into it on your own. But think about that higher insight where you learn, this Queen of Pentacles energy that gets into my mind, that causes pain, that causes suffering. And it's not about avoidance of it. It's like, oh, yeah, that happens. When I talk to my parent, when I talk to my partner, when I talk to my boss, anyone that's close to us has that ability to affect us on a mental level. Yes, social media, but it really hurts when it's someone you love that is treating you or speaking to you or saying things in a way that are hurtful. So it's accepting, okay, yeah, that's going to happen sometimes, but do I allow it to get to me? Do I allow it to, 2 of Pentacles, get me off balance? And if so, we're all human beings here. Things happen. We have feelings. No one's perfect. How long? How long do we allow hurtful energies to embody us? A few hours? A few days? Weeks? Months? Years? Lifetimes? That's all up to us. Okay. So, let's see. We're starting out with the 4 of Cups. So 4, that's an even number. That's when we're thinking, contemplating, is this going to work out for me? Am I stuck? And you think yourself into this loop of being stuck. 8 of Pentacles. Expertise. 3 of Swords. Okay, Pisces. So, we all go through things. We've been through a lot, as this collective knows. It's a very very specific channel for Pisces that have been through a lot, okay? And yet, still are loving. That's the difference. Okay. So you, Pisces, are an expert in things that are sorrowful, that hurt. You've been through all of them, and you've thought about them. And yet you're still really wonderful, inspiring, light, joyful, loving, beautiful on a soul level that probably shines through externally as well, but it's how you make people feel, not how you look. Because aesthetics are aesthetics. Things change. We all will go to that great beyond where we go from being a young baby to an old shell, okay? Old body. We cannot avoid that. We may try, but reality is reality. So we have the Six of Swords here, and then there's that Queen of Pentacles. So this is where you win. It says victory on the top of this card. You win out over these energies that are supposed to drown you. And remember, we're Pisces, so it would take, I don't even know, how would you drown a fish in emotion? How? Is it even possible? Can fish drown? Okay, so that's this energy's whole experiment, this whole life of dealing with Pisceonic energy. Can I drown the Pisces? Can I make them wallow so much in their own sadness, their own suffering, that there's that part inside of them that ends? Ooh, that one. Wow. But with the Seven of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, it says profiting. Page of Pentacles is learning about energy. So that's where you're like, oh, wait. I can transmute all of this painful energy. I can turn it into experience. I can turn it into wisdom. I can use it as a tool to help others going through difficult things. And it doesn't have to be on a grand scale, but it can be. And I hope it is, because we need more energy like you out in the world, helping others get through difficulties with a positive mindset. It's hard to operate in this world currently because there's so much information that is doom and gloom, so much information that is criticized and hurtful. I don't know if I shared this with you, but I got an email from a secretary or an assistant, let's say, to a fellow reader. And it hurt me because just the way that people have been. So my friend, who's a reader, lives in the UK, or did, going through a lot, right? We're all humans. We do this work spiritually, but we have real lives too. And this, I'll read it to you. I won't share her name, but my friend is a human being, not a content vending machine. She has been unwell. She has a personal life, a family, and anyone who has been here long enough knows that her readings take serious energetic toll and time. They're not something that she can just churn out on demand. Quality over speed, always. And then there's this part, Now let's address the betting pools and commentary on former YouTubers losing focus and competition from AI readers. Like, who's writing these comments that say that? No, just no, we're not entertaining that here. This space is built on respect, integrity, and genuine connection, not snarky speculation, pressure, or treating this spiritual work like a product on Amazon Prime. If you want to place bets, critique creators, or compare spiritual work to other readers, this isn't the room for that energy. And then it went on to say that anyone that's fostering that kind of energy, which is bullying, will be cut. And yet we live in a world where there's so much of it. We can hide behind these screens and say all kinds of mean things to people. And that really hurts me on a heart level, because we're here to uplift, not tear down. So this Queen of Pentacles energy, just for me, when it comes out like this, that's what it's doing, is creating sorrow, creating pain intentionally. I mean, yes, I've said things sometimes, I'm sure it's been hurtful. I'm not intending that to happen. And if I do, I apologize if it's come out. But there are energies out there that intentionally go around bullying. And are we going to be like that? Or are we going to uplift, love, find beauty in difficulties? Okay, we have the Empress here. So, oh wow, we have the Emperor too. And the Eight of Cups, letting go. And, you know, when we think about, okay, hold on. We have the Emperor and the Empress. These are masculine and feminine energies, dynamic and passive, sun and moon, light and dark, types of energies that, when balanced, work beautifully together. We need night, we need to rest. We need day so that we can do things. Okay, it's not one is bad, one is good. It's like we need both working together. So when they are in balance, what happens is this natural letting go. And when we think about letting go, it's like, okay, actively letting go. I'm not gonna let that bother me. But it's more than that. It's holding something in your hand and accepting that that's what is. And within that, it's not like you're pushing it out of your life. Hateu. It's like, okay, that's how they are. That is an energy that I will have in my life, this Queen of Pentacles. But what do I do? Do I let it get into my heart and soul and just hurt me? Just by the thought of them? Am I afraid? Out of fear of, oh, they're going to get me? Or it's like, oh yeah, there you are again, annoying me, but I'm not letting it take me off my path, not letting it turn my head for too long. In fact, all right, well, there's just some energies that are like that. There are some people like that. It's like those passing clouds. Yep, there goes another one. Two sixes, and then a 1. So 12, 13. And that's another thing. in Buddhist numerology, 13 is good. 13 talks about liberation. It's beyond the cycles of existence. You know, if you think about the 12 lunar cycle or zodiac, lunar cycles, there's 12. 13 is when you've transcended above that. It talks about protection. It talks about just knowing that the world is going to be the way the world is, and how we operate in it is up to us. How it affects us, positive or negatively, is up to us. All right, Pisces, so I feel like there's this major ascension that you have been going through, and you're starting to be more comfortable with things that don't feel good. Because you're like, okay, that's just part of it. We have these little moments of, and then we keep moving. 2111. And that's what life is. It's about finding ways to enjoy it even in the midst of difficulty. Even in the midst of loss. We have Gemini here. Twins. We have here prudence, taking care, being particular. Every step, every movement means something. It's not just willy-nilly. You've called, it's answered, right? You've asked and received. You've been tested and you've been victorious. Sometimes we fail, 22, but we get up again. We learn something from every fall. We have Earth here, and we have the Knight of Swords. So Earth sign energy. Prudence always makes me think of Virgo, but definitely we have some grounded earthy energy here coming your way with the Knight of Swords. What is this? Who is this? This might have to do with that reading earlier about, was it King of Pentacles coming in to help? Adventuring. Okay, so this is coming into the future. And it's coming quickly. Knight of Swords is lightning fast. It's you think it and it appears. All right, we got the Tower here. So sudden. This is someone that's being pulled back by their hair. Oh, we got the Lovers. A choice. We've got the Five of Pentacles. Okay, hold on. Let me do it the normal way. We have Scorpio. Okay. Scorpionic energy, Saturnian energy, all those deep, dark things that are inside of us, the monsters within. And if anyone says they don't have a monster, ooh, that monster is really big. So we all have a dark side, right? We all can go to that dark side at any time. So no one's, no. Let me tell you, for as kind as I am, I can be quite dark. But it's a choice, again. We have Cancer. All right, 2 water sign energies. Definitely feeling the feelings of this darkness. But that's the thing, it's quite beautiful. Sometimes you just need to cry and it feels so good. Be mad, feels great. Okay? It's what do you need? We have the Fool here. For some reason, this card reminds me of like nagging children that are unruly, herding cats. Those days when you're like, oh my goodness, everyone's annoying me. We have the Ten of Swords. This says dead end. We have the Five of Pentacles, talks about struggling. The Lovers. And then the Tower, getting jerked around by your hair. Okay, so what does this have to do with that earth sign energy in the future? I feel like with the Scorpio and Cancer energy, it's all that dark feeling. It's like realizing that all of that, in a way, is foolish. Doesn't do you any good. So it's like, okay, I don't want to live like that anymore. I don't want to struggle like that anymore in any of my loving relationships with the Lovers. It's a choice to change. It's a choice whether we get pulled back into that negativity or not. Everyone has their, their struggles, their faults. Some of them we can cope with, some of we cannot. So where do we decide? Will we continue? But I feel like with this Lover's energy, you see Cupid's arrow about to shoot an arrow through this person's crown chakra. It's like there's some kind of energy about you, Pisces, that helps people awaken to what true love is like. But it's up to them whether or not they get out of those old patterns or they get pulled back into them. You awaken, you show the way, but you're not there to drag them into changing behaviors. And I think that's where the struggle is. I know I have problems with this. It's like I want people to open up their mind and their heart so much to the beauty of life. And I want to show them that. But not everyone wants that. Some people want to be in the dark, want to feel bad. They choose it every day. And it's like it pulls them back, like this energy here. It's pulling them back into this cave. So sometimes it's just, okay, I'll show you the way, but you have to get through that door in the way that you can. Whether it's crawling, walking, running. Some people don't even go through the door. But that's the key, Pisces, is you are a way shower, but whoever has to make it their own way. So that's where that acceptance comes in of, okay, I've shown, but I can't guarantee that everyone's going to actually walk through those doors, get out of the cave of the darkness, step into the light, the way of living in a positive, uplifting way. Maybe it's going to take a long time. And I don't feel like you're meant to wait around for it. Because if you look at this Fool card, it's like there are some energies, some beings out there that are children, young. And if you are an adult, if you have reached a level of enlightenment, you're waiting, you're dragging, you're pulling, they're struggling. And you also struggle. So there's this dead end of struggling. Like, no. If people cannot swim with you, come with you. Scorpions, crabs. You think about those. They have really hard shells. Like, you can't crack them open that easily. Well, but inside, yeah, there's that sweet meat in there. I'm not sure about a scorpion, but crabs, lobsters, things like that. But do you stay? Ooh, Pisces, this is a hard one because I feel like you're like, ugh. I feel a lot. I know a lot. I can see potential. But do you want to wait? Especially if you've found out that a person has experimented with this enlightenment, with this balance, and yet they choose to go back. It's like being enlightened, seeing the light, and deciding to go back. Oh no. But a lot of people do that because stepping into the light means leaving behind so much. Familiarity, family, friends, loved ones, ways of life. All right, what else? Side of my stomach starting to hurt. We have charity. So you give, you definitely give. Not too much, not to where you're depleted. We have the Sun and the Hanged One. So definitely this is about releasing, surrendering. It's like, okay, I've shown you what the light feels like. I've shown you what warmth feels like. Now it's up to you. And if they can't choose that, they will be left behind. The Chariot's not here. Oh yeah, we've got Stealth here. Charity. Responsibility with the Nine of Wands. You know, there can be some kind of commitment here that makes it harder to move on. Give it time. Put your brain cells together. Air energy. We have Virgo. Remember that earth energy. Do those practical things. Take action. Think about what you need to do. If you need to make a break, it might take time. We've got 9 wands, so 9 weeks. We also have 7 of swords. I can't remember. Is swords days? I know wands is weeks. So, and coins are years. So I think it's days. So between 7 days and 9 weeks, get your ducks in a row. If you need to make some kind of exit or break, work really hard. Focus on you. And sometimes that's the thing. People need to hit rock bottom in order to change. If you're always there loving someone up, supporting, why would anyone change? Gosh, they have the best, wonderful, warm, snuggly blanket in the form of a Pisces. So they can have all the bad behaviors that they want because you're there. I'm going to say it. Enabling. Oh dear. So put all of that energy that you've been putting towards this person. You've already shown them the way. They already know. what they need to do. So now you go live your life. Put yourself first. Everything you do is, okay, what do I want? What is going to bring me closer to my goals? And they might be part of it. You know, they might have some kind of information or resource that you need right now. So take advantage of that. Things are changing with the Sun card. Capricorn energy. So yeah, that's in January. So that would take us to that 9-week phase. You'll be okay. I know it's terrifying, but you're letting go of an energy that's trying to pull you back. You're accepting, okay, yeah, that's where you're at, and I need to move forward. And that's the key. I know it sounds really easy, but sit with it. Talk it through with your voice to yourself. Write it out. You know, I love to walk and talk it out. You know, just put in your earbuds and talk to yourself like you're on the phone with the divine, and just say what you need to say. All right, Pisces, I'll leave this here. This is quite long, but I'm happy to be back. I got a lot of insight and inspiration myself, filled up my cup into an excess, so I'm very grateful. Yeah. All right, Pisces, I love you. You've got this. We're all here for you. See you soon.